Hello dear students, I hope you're all doing well. This video is a small and simple revision of phrasal verbs, which some of you have asked me about its objects and the topic in general. For phrasal verbs, we are only going to talk about the flexibility of its object, which before doing that, we are going to give phrasal verb a simple definition. Phrasal verb is a phrase consisting of a verb and another element, which means this is usually this is the verb and this is the element, which in most cases is called particle. So as you can see, phrasal verb is a verb that is not one part, but either two or more. In this video, it's going to be only two parts. So these are examples of phrasal verbs: drop out, look up, take off, call off. See, these are the verbs and these are the particles. Usually the particles are adverbs. So just more information. Next, the most important thing within what we discussed in class is the object of these verbs. Now, we have the sentence, the first one. They have called the meeting off. Now, you can see the phrasal verbs, the called off the meeting. In the first sentence, the object, which is the meeting, comes between the verb and its particle. Now, why does this happen? First, keep in mind, if your object is a noun or noun phrase, it is flexible. What do we mean by flexibility? Flexibility of the object is whenever you can say flexibility equals to noun or noun phrase. What do we mean by this? In this sentence, the first one, they have called the meeting off. The object is a noun phrase, okay? It's not one word, it's not just a noun, it's a noun phrase because you have the and meeting. This here is a noun phrase and it comes between the verb and particle. Now, since it's a noun phrase, the position of the object can be changed. How? We know that naturally this phrasal verb is called off. Okay? So, since we're dealing with a noun phrase, the noun phrase can come even after the particle. For example, in the second sentence, they've called off the meeting. Here, again, since it's a noun phrase, it can change its place to be between the verb and the particle, or just be after the whole phrasal verb. These are extra examples. She turned the job down. Turned down. The job is a noun phrase. I'll pick you up. This here is what we need to talk about. You see, flexibility in phrasal verb objects are what? Equals to noun and noun phrases. However, if, this is very important, if you have a pronoun, okay, if you have a pronoun, such as this sentence, they have called it off. This is the verb, this is the particle, and this here is a pronoun. The pronoun is what? It. Now, it is an object pronoun. Now, keep in mind, whenever you have a pronoun, therefore, keep that in mind. object pronouns in phrasal verbs are not flexible. They cannot change their places. What do we mean by this? When this used to be a noun phrase or a noun, it could have been between this, just like here, between the verb and the particle, or it could be after the verb, the whole phrasal verb. But if it's a pronoun, then it must be between the verb and the particle. Therefore, we cannot say, okay, we cannot say they've called off it. This here is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. This is a question that is important. When is the object not flexible? Whenever the object is a pronoun. Now, in case you don't know the pronouns, these here on the left, they are subject pronouns. Keep in mind, these can never become objects. In order to transition these subject pronouns to, they have their object counterparts. I becomes me, he becomes him, she, her, it is still remaining as it, we as us, you is still remaining as it is, they becomes them. Whenever you have something like this as an object in a phrasal verb, it is not flexible. To sum this up, we can simply say if object in phrasal verb is a noun or noun phrase, therefore it's flexible. And if object is a pronoun that is in your phrasal verb, it is not flexible. I hope this has use for all of you, and good luck.